What would you say if you found out that you had unclaimed cash or even property, family heirlooms that you didn't know about? Well, we're here today at the state capitol because the Treasury Department is trying to reunite you with some of that unclaimed property. Let's find out more. All right, well, Dave, Bianca, thank you so much for having me here today. This is really interesting and so cool for so many people at home to be able to explore and learn about. So, Dave, I want to start with you. First of all, what is unclaimed property and how does it end up with the Great Colorado Payback?
Great question. Most of it is money, but as you can see, sometimes we actually get safety deposit box contents as well. It's a property that people get separated from one way or another. And, you know, it's not anybody's fault typically, but our job is to try to reunite. February 1st is National Unclaimed Property Day, so it's a great time to talk about it. For example, in my family, my grandmother took out a life insurance policy, but she didn't tell anybody in the family she had. And so we weren't looking for the benefit check, and unfortunately it went to the wrong address. So we get separated from that. And so the Great Colorado Payback actually helped us get reunited with that money. It was a substantial amount of money.
Wow, okay,
Yeah.
so this can make a big difference for people.
You bet.
Yeah, this is huge. Now, Bianca, what kinds of lost assets does the Treasury Department currently have? Obviously, we have a lot of these examples here, and like Dave was saying, it's not always money.
Yeah, so the majority of the times it is money, like Dave says.
Sure.
I would say about 90% of the time, it's
Okay.
cash. We have $2 billion in cash,
Wow.
so we really encourage people to come forward and collect that. But we do receive securities, so that's from brokerage firms, so mutual funds, stocks, things like that.
Sure.
And then we also do receive safe deposit boxes,
Wow.
where we bring in and itemize these individual items and allow people to come forward and collect them. So some of the items you're seeing in front of us, everything from gold coins to gold bars,
Wow. Yeah.
which is actually a kilo of gold.
Wow.
We have a Byzantine necklace, as well as a Roman Empire earrings farther out.
Yeah.
And then we have our favorite yellow canary diamond, which is almost 6.5 carats.
Oh my goodness. And people getting separated from these things, I'm sure, are saying, wow, I would really like to be, one, reunited with it, but two, find out in general whether or not I have been separated from my assets. Like you said, with your family, Dave, it's so huge. So, Dave, how can people find out whether or not they might have items like this or cash?
Absolutely. And before I tell you, I might just mention it isn't just people.
Yeah.
It can be businesses. It can be nonprofits. I was just talking to school districts. School districts have unclaimed property. So, you know, we encourage everybody to go look and check it out. We actually have a website, greatcopayback.com.
Okay.
Very easy. It's free to do. You put your name in, zip code. If you have a common name like I do, you may see claims for other people, but you can look through and decide which ones you think are yours and then claim those. You go through a process. We have to do our due diligence to make sure we're giving the property back to the right person.
Of course,
so people have to be patient.
Yes.
But you know, sometimes people live in other states and other countries. I was actually the president of all unclaimed property programs around the world a few years ago. We have a website, missingmoney.com, so if you've lived somewhere else, you can actually go and scroll and find the map on that and click into the place where you lived before and go to their unclaimed property program and see if you left any behind there.
My goodness, that's quite the job you had there. My gosh.
Oh, this is fun. I mean, getting money and property like this back to people is absolutely incredible. And we have such a great team. Bianca and her team just do a fabulous job. Again, you have to be patient because they're working hard to make sure it's the right person getting that back, but they are stellar at what they do.
Hey, you can't go wrong when you have happy people calling you about something like this, because this is definitely a happy call to get from you guys and to make. So how does the Department of Treasury, Bianca, make sure that the right property gets to the right person?
So first of all, this is very important to our division.
Yes.
It is one of our major responsibilities to make sure that the rightful owner actually receives their funds.
Yes.
So we actually receive information from what we refer to as a holder or reporting company
Okay.
about each claimant.
Okay.
So we have that information so that when they come forward with their ID and so forth, we have the ability to validate ownership.
Nice, okay.
So that is really important, and that is how we validate owners and pay them.
Great, okay, so you guys, again, doing your due diligence to make sure everything gets to its rightful owner, which is so great. Now, Dave, what is the state doing to make the claims process even easier for Coloradans, especially those who are going on the website and saying, hey, this could be mine?
Well, we're constantly thinking of ways that we can make this easier for people. I think it used to be that this was all a paper-based process, and people actually had to mail in a document and everything was done by mail, and we've actually tried to modernize that with the infusion of technology. So now you can go to a website, you can actually, if you have technology abilities, you can fill out the claim form and upload it into the website. But even beyond that, we are actually, and Bianca's team is doing a great job with this, if they do a search and they discover that somebody has property and we know for a fact it's theirs and we have a good address where we can send that property or that check to, we actually do what's called fast tracking. We just, without filing a claim, try to get this back to the rightful owner. We get a letter out to them saying, be on the lookout,
right.
It's coming, and then we get it to them.
Wow, making it so easy for us.
Trying.
Right, exactly, as much as we can. Well, guys, thank you both so much for taking the time again. I'm gonna go online right now and see if I have anything, but I so appreciate it. You guys are really, again, making it easy, especially for us Coloradans, to make sure we claim anything that we might have been missing. So thank you guys again.
Thanks for your interest, appreciate it.
And thanks to the Great Colorado Payback, you can claim what's yours. Just visit greatcopayback.com to see if you have any property to claim. This segment was sponsored by the Colorado Department of Treasury.